All right, guys, in this video, we're going over what do you want? And the sooner that you can get to knowing what it is that you actually want, the sooner you will get to building that business that you want and having it be a success, to having the life of your dreams, to figuring it all out. Because in life, you guys may have noticed, whenever you try and live life for somebody else or try and do what other people want you to do instead of what you actually want to do, you end up running into resistance. You end up not having enough energy or the right skill set to actually take on those opportunities. And the minute that you can get clear on your intuition and what you actually want to do, it comes so easily. It feels like it's being attracted to you and everything lines up. Not to say that it isn't, full of difficulties and challenges, but those difficulties and challenges will be ones that you specifically are able to overcome more easily with less effort, that will come to you naturally. And it almost comes off like a game because it's an enjoyable process because you are doing something that you actually want to do. So let's get into it. You guys may have actually heard about this from celebrities, successful people such as this. So in this video, I'm going to go over the three areas that I think really help people who are new to this to really actually lock down what it is that they want. The first thing is identity. The second thing is action. And the third one is discussion. For identity, I don't go too deep into this right on, not for videos like this. If you guys want me on your podcast and you want to talk about identity, we can go into it for a couple hours. But for now, I'm going to go into just two things. One is your strengths test. And the other one is your personal brand. These are two awesome, amazing skills and assets, tools that you need when you're actually getting into business. When you actually take your strengths test, this is on the Clifton Strengths Test. It's on the Gallup website. If you guys need the link, it's going to be all over our site. So go find it, take it. I took it and it changed my life. It helped me to recognize who I am and how I operate. And it helps me to now recognize what I want to do because I know how I operate and why I now love certain things because they come more naturally to me. They don't take as much effort. I could do them all day long and enjoy them because I'm naturally gifted towards them and, they come easily to me. And the second thing is your personal brand. And the way that I suggest that you guys find your personal brand is you go to all of your family members, your close family, and then also probably your top 5 to 10 friends. And you send them each a text and you say, hey, when you think of me, what are the 3 top characteristics or words or things that come to mind that are just so me? Because when I did this and I actually reached out to my family, I said, hey, what is me? What is my brand? What are the 3 things that come up in your minds? And when I got all the responses back and I compiled them, I basically came up with 3 things. One is I love thinking 100x. I'm a big dreamer. Number 2 is I'm pretty straightforward and kind of blunt. But number 3 is that I have a certain charm or a charisma that helps people to not hate me when I'm being straightforward with them. And the way that this comes out is I might go to somebody who has a barbershop and I might say, you give a great haircut, but you don't give yourself enough credit. And if you were willing to actually take the risk to jump on social media and post about this and be confident and offer things at higher prices and offer better services that you are totally capable of doing, then you would be living the life that I already know that you're capable of living. You could change the world. You could be famous everywhere. You could be the face of different charity events. You could be all this stuff. And so I 100x the vision. I'm going, you could go so much bigger. You're not playing as genuinely or as big as you could, but I know that you can. And so to that end, it ends up working out well that I love to network with people and I love to actually cheer them on and help them to come up with ways that they can 100x their business. And I end up being a very good speaker, motivator, presenter, and it falls under my strengths. So that's something that I like to do. So when you actually ask your people in your life what your personal brand is, it's going to give you a lot of clues into your identity and what you actually want to do because it comes to you naturally and you find fulfillment in it. If we go into action, action is so huge, but when is the best time to take action? Right now. If you guys have an idea of how reality is. You think, I'm probably going to be successful at this thing or that thing. It'll probably come naturally to me. Well, the one true way to find out is to start taking action. Because as soon as you take action, you're either going to go, man, that was not how I thought it was at all. And it helps you understand the reality to where your perception is and where reality actually is. And so when you want to find out what you naturally want to do, go and try it out. If you feel like you could do that for a week and then it's mostly, if you don't have to think about something, but you want to think about that thing, that's a really good indicator that that's probably a direction you want to head. So take action, actually think about it. And to our third point, discuss it. If you guys can actually discuss it, piece it apart, it means that you're going to have to start leaning into spaces where you're in the room with people who are probably in that industry or in a similar business, and you're going to get some real life experience and insight from them that help you to actually understand what you want. Because a lot of people might go, man, I really love startups. I really love the idea of jumping in and helping figure out all these problems. But the thing that they don't realize is that they don't like being the original founder. They're really good number 2 or 3 or 4 in the company. They love coming in and supporting a vision that somebody already has and being there during the startup phase, but they aren't the natural visionary that you want to be if you're number 1 in a company. And so now that they know what they want and they go, this is my identity, this is where I fit, where I thrive, then they're going to have a great time jumping in on a new startup and fitting in right where they like to be. So guys, as you're figuring out what you want, make sure to be careful and not just think, what do other people want for me? Check out, what do I actually naturally get pulled to? What does my intuition push me towards? What makes me happy? What gives me fulfillment about this? Because there are things where sometimes you're running into, I want to do this business, but it's not as fulfilling. And then you realize that you can make a small adjustment, that you were in a really good spot, just a small adjustment, and that it's your dream job. It's exactly what you wanted to do. So take action, discuss with other people what they've done to find it. But more than that, learn about your identity. Start taking note of who you are, how you feel in certain situations, and what you actually want to do.